Hello there, here we are in the beautiful region of Puglia. Today I am right in the centre of the Centro Storico of Ostuni, which is the historical centre of Ostuni. Now I say we're right in the centre. We are right at the very top, very close to the main cathedral of Ostuni, as well as the convent. We have beautiful views, and behind me you can see this stunning door. Really does give you an idea that we're seeing something special today and very unique. So I'm going to start the tour, but really one of the main pieces of this beautiful property is the entranceway, which is obviously, as you can see, is an outside space in the historical centre, which is extremely rare to find. I love that we have these trees here, and this is really an extension of the house. Now we're talking about a 3-bedroom property with 3 bathrooms today, around 160 square metres of fully renovated property, so ready to be moved into. But to have an outside garden at the entrance of the tour and of the property, it is very, very special indeed. I mean, these you can count on one hand how many properties in the historical centre actually have a garden. And as you can hear, it's also very peaceful. So you've got to imagine this property is a property which you can have guests, obviously have parties here. They've got the little lounge areas here that you can easily put cushions on, as well as an outside dining space here. And you can see just how at this point of the day, the sun gives shade here, and again, a really good space that you enter to. And obviously this is actually the main entrance to the main house, whilst what's here is an incredibly nice guest house. So if you're really into having your friends over and you don't necessarily want them being in the main house, look how cute of a guest house that you have. Again, separate from the main house, you've got beautiful star vaulted ceilings with the stone showing. Again, it's a very high level renovation that they've done on this property. So we actually have underfloor heating both in this section as in the main house. You do have a very good size bathroom in here. And again, take a look at all the ceilings. They're all very tall, and you've got a really good feeling of space in here, even though we are in the historical centre, where usually, as you've kind of seen my videos from now, you kind of know there's a lot of ducking necessarily when you don't have the heightness of the ceilings. And here we do also have a very cute kitchen with a little window as well. So very cute indeed, very nicely done. I like how they've very much kept it very traditional Pugliese style. And you also have a little area here for lounging and maybe eating your breakfast as well. Although I think I would choose outside on most days, but very cute to have. Again, look, I'm standing fully upright, even in this niche. You can see I've got plenty of space, and look how beautiful the stone is here. So very, very nicely done. I think you'll all agree. And again, also a good amount of storage space, which again, in these types of properties can often be missing. So beautiful to have. Lovely that you can give this as an option for your guests. And then this, we walk through again, this beautiful entry to the main house that we're looking at today. So I don't know if you can notice, there's lots of windows on all sides here, and this property is very peculiar because you've got all these little external parts, and I think that's something which in a property like this is so valuable. Again, we are in the heart of historical centre, and I'll be putting up the drone obviously to give you an idea of where we're located. But you can see as we walk through here, you've got a really nice lounge area. And again, very spacious, very tall ceilings, really good size in here. And we've actually got these star vaulted ceilings which are very picturesque, especially with the pattern in the middle. And we're talking about one of the oldest properties in the historical centre, because obviously being right in the heart, this would have been one of the original properties which Ostuni was then built around. So incredible property that we're seeing today. And you can see this dining area kind of brings on to you into this sitting area as well. A very nice cozy feel. Now I did mention in the other side of the property we have underfloor heating here, so this is a house which has been lived in all year round. Perfect for if you just decide that you want to move to Ostuni for good. And again, look at the ceilings, very tall ceilings even in here, and you've just got a very nice feel in here, very cozy. Again, windows kind of everywhere, so you've got lots of natural light coming in, something which is again quite rare in historical centre, because obviously usually you have just light coming in from one side of the property, but that's definitely not the case for this property. Now, I said this is the dining area, and this is actually the room that's just off the kitchen. So a couple of steps down and you've actually got a very decent sized kitchen. Again, historical centre kitchens, usually very small, usually they're just a corner. Now they do actually have a dishwasher here as well, and you've got a cooker here on this side here. So washing machine here as well. You've kind of got everything you need, good sized fridge. I mean, again, this is a house which is very much ready to be moved into. No work that you need to do at all. Now I'm going to lead you through to the first terrace, but first I want to do the first bedroom here, because again, what I've kind of mentioned previously, windows on all sides, and so this property is kind of in the middle, but it's got all the sides that are kind of open, and you have all that light leaking in. Now actually through this window we have views onto the main square. You can see there's the church of the main square from this side, and it gives you a better indication of just how central we are. Tons of storage space in this room. You can see these large wardrobes here are very nice to have. Obviously a stunning bed, but I must mention not all the furniture comes with the property, maybe some objects, but as I say, usually when we sell properties it does not come furnished, so keep that in mind. And then we've got a good size bathroom here. Maybe I'll let you guys have a wander inside. So you've got a shower here, and you also have a sink, toilet, and as always in Italian bathrooms, you can't go without the bidet. So again, very nice, decent sized bathroom, and I absolutely love this room. Now, I also love about this property is that it's not all rectangular. You can see there's an angle to these rooms, and again, it just makes it feel so peculiar and you know, very much one of a kind. So a special property. Here you can see we've got a window that kind of faces on to the first of the little terraces that we're seeing. And you can see just how stunning this little spot is. Again, if you decide you want to have an aperitivo when the sun's going down, this is your ideal spot. And we actually have the views of the top of the convent here in Ostuni. From above, we actually have views of the main cathedral itself. But again, a really good size space, and you can see this becomes another outside space that you have in a house which is not lacking with outdoor space at all. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned coming back in is we actually do have air conditioning as well in this property. Although I've got to say, we've got windows open at the moment. There's a beautiful breeze running through this house. So I'm not sure how necessary, but for those that I know some are adamant they need to have their air conditioning, it is there. So it's not something to worry about. Now, walking up the stairs, look at this banister, how they've kind of created this curve to kind of follow the uneven wall. And these are the type of features that the more I walk around this house, the more I can see. And I truly appreciate just how unique, but also how much love has gone into actually doing this property up. Now, coming upstairs, we'll start with this, again, a really good sized bathroom. Got a bit of a flicker on the light there, but a really good size bathroom here. Again, bidet, we've got the toilet and a really good size shower as well. Very nice to have a little window in the bathroom, so you've got aeration. And then obviously on this landing area, if I show you on the other side, this window is looking onto the little courtyard area that you've got at the entrance. So again, tons of light everywhere in this house. It's one of the things I like the most about it is all these outside spaces, but obviously all the light that kind of seeps in from having these outside spaces. Again, we've got air conditioning, beautiful sized bed. Look at the ceilings. I mean, this is so romantic for a property that you could have and just, again, ready to move into. This, it doesn't get much better. But obviously, even from an investment point of view, I mean, these types of properties are very few and far between, and obviously they would rent out extremely well with all the kind of tourists which are super interested in these locations. Now, you've briefly seen all this kind of storage space as well, so these are things you might not think about but actually you need. And then arguably one of the nicest parts of the house is this terrace, which again kind of gives you an idea of where we are. Now, from up here we have beautiful views of the cathedral, and again I'll be putting up the drone to kind of give you an idea of where we're located, but it's pretty obvious to see we're actually at one of the highest points of this beautiful historical centre. And as you know by now, the historical centre really is one of the most popular areas that people are buying in, and especially of Ostuni, which has kind of taken people by heart. Now you can actually see all the way down to the piazza from here. Again, that church there and the comune just behind is very close by. So you are in the heart of everything. On the other side of this we have obviously the sea, but again I'll be pointing out all of that in the drone video so you can get a better idea. So very, very special property we've seen today. Again, something which is ready to be moved into, something which is extremely unique. You are buying a piece of history here. This is not just a home, this has also been done to a very high standard. I mean, underfloor heating in all the parts of the house really does make it a property which you could enjoy all year round, and I think you'll all agree that entrance way with that outside courtyard, that is for me the real unique selling point of this property, as well paired with these other terraces, because it gives you options depending on the time of the day where you have shade or where you actually have the sun. You can see sun lounges up here. It's the perfect day to come up and get some sun. But I think that's pretty much everything I needed to say about this property. Obviously, if you have any more questions on this property or any of the others, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you very much for watching.